Okay, so in this video, we're working again with a fraction, equation, or expression string. We're subtracting, and we're using what we know about the connection between fractions and money to think about what the answers to each of these expressions are. And again, we're trying to avoid maybe a standard algorithm here and sticking with money and coins just to really fine-tune our sense of what these answers are and why the answers here make sense. And that's going to really help us carry through to much tougher examples. And here we're dealing with all subtraction. But anyway, let's get started. 3/4. As we've talked about in other videos, every 1/4 is a quarter. So if we have 3/4, we have 75 cents, or we can write that as 0.75. Minus 1/2. We can think of that as half of a dollar, or 50 cents, or 0.5. If we subtract 50 cents from 75 cents, we have 25 cents, which is 1/4. So a third, 3/4 minus a half is a quarter. Now next we have 1/2 minus a fifth. Well, 1/2 is like 50 cents again. We're taking that from right here. But a fifth is not a nickel, it's a fifth of a dollar. And then you have to ask yourself, well, if I took a dollar and I cut it in 5 pieces, what would one of those be? What would 1/5 be? And that would be 20 cents. And you can tell because 20 cents times 5, or 5 groups of 20 cents, does make a dollar. Anyway, be careful to not confuse 1/5 as a nickel. So 50 cents, taking 20 cents away, what do we have? 30 cents. And that's not a friendly coin, but we can write that as 30 out of 100. Or we can think of that as that's like saying 30 pennies, or 30 100ths. Now we have 1/4 minus 1/5. That's a quarter, which we established in the first expression, and a fifth, which we established right here, is 20 cents. So 0.25 minus 0.20, or minus 20 cents, is 5 cents, or 0.05, and we can write that as 1/20th. That's a nickel, or we could say 5 out of 100. Okay, moving on, we have 2 1/2 minus 1. Well, 2 1/2 is like $2.50 minus a dollar. That means you have $1.50 left over, and that's the same thing as $1 and 1/2 of a dollar, or 1 1/2. Building on that idea, we have 2 1/2, which we established here was 250, so 250. Minus 1 3/4. Well, that's a dollar, and we established right from the beginning that 3/4 is 3/4, or 75 cents. Now, the way I think about this, first I deal with the whole numbers, the dollars, in other words. So we have $2 minus a dollar gives us a dollar. Or another way, before I even break down the cents, I'm sorry, it's easier to think about it, I think, as 250 minus the dollar, which gives us 150. Minus another 75 cents, which gives us 75 cents, or 3/4. So 2 1/2 minus 1 3/4 gives you 75 cents, or 3/4 of a dollar. Now we have 10 1/4 minus 9 1/2. Well, 10 1/4 is like $10.25, taking away $9.50. So what I'm going to do is think of what is 10.25 minus $9. Well, that's the same thing as if you think of it 10 minus 9, which is a dollar, but we started 25 cents higher, so it's $1.25 minus 50 cents. So that's 75 cents again, or 3/4. So these two are in fact equal. And just to double check, yep, 10 1/4, 10.25. Minus 9 1/2, which is $9.50. $10.25. Take $9 away, you have $1.25. Minus 50 cents, 75 cents. Okay, last but not least, 101 3/4 minus 99 2/5. Let's think about the whole numbers first. What if I have 101 minus 99? That's $2, right? But we really have 101 3/4, which we established in the first part of the string, 75 cents, minus $99. Well, that would be $2.75. So we're subtracting $99 2/5. I'm talking fast here, sorry. 2/5 is well, it's like 1/5, but double. So instead of 20 cents, it's 40 cents. So going back to what I was saying before, $101.75 minus $99 is $2.75. And we're taking 40 more cents away, so it's going to be $2.75, write this down, minus 40 cents, which gives me $2.35, or 35 over 100. So 2 and 35 hundredths. All right, hope that helped.